my mate Wyatt. I wanted to share a couple of his stories with you. He always makes me laugh. On our wedding day, he was at the wedding, and then him and his mate had built this boat, and it was a John boat, and he wanted to build a tower on it so him and his friend could sit up top and go and fish from up top like boats were beginning to do. Trouble it was, this was a little John boat, and he'd put something that resembled a portaloo on it with where he was able to sit on top and drive it, which was about 10 foot in the air. Anyhow, about the wedding, he left about 4 o'clock, and about 6 o'clock he turned up on our doorstep with a broken rib, soaking wet. He'd gone out on this John boat with him and his mate, and he'd gone round a corner and it had flipped over, and he had broke his rib and his mate had been, but anyhow, he wanted help to get it out. So the rest of our wedding day was spent with our cousin Monica, Brenda and I, up to our neck in water trying to wreck this boat. This is Wyatt, typical Wyatt, always got a story, always funny things happening. Here's a couple of stories I got him to share with us.
So everybody comes to town, and the next morning, everybody else was from out of town. Bill, was one of them. It was his boat,
right?
And so everybody shows up on Friday night, and Saturday morning we load up and we're headed out. We go down the canals and we're headed down the intercoastal, headed south for Baffin. And we get
here it comes.
We get to about about to the pure oil channel almost. Well, a little bit past where the cutoff is to go down to Bluffs Landing. You know where that is? Oh, all right, we're down the intercoastal. So something, I don't know why, but I thought, I'm just gonna go take a look down below. And I go down and I raise the hatch down there, and there's a damn, it's like a geyser coming up through the bottom of the boat. I mean, that is like a funnel of water this big, and it's shooting up against the top, and I go, holy shit, shut it up, please, and Bill, he's up the steering wheel, he's having a good time. And we're all drinking beer and having fun. I said, Bill, you need to go take a look down below. And he goes, what is it? I said, just go look. And he goes down and he goes like, holy shit, Joe. And I mean, we don't even realize it, but we're sinking, and we're sinking fast. Like the Titanic. And so we just beached it. We just ran aground on the edge of the canal. And so I got my little boat, and so I brought that back to my house, and so what we, at this point we're on a salvage mission. Left a couple of guys there. They tried to patch the hole. I mean, that hole was literally.
How did the hole happen?
Huh? Well, what happened? It was right where the propellers were.
Okay.
And so the pressure of those propellers and the steel was just so too old and rusty.
Okay.
And it just punched right through it.
Shit. Nothing you could do.
No.
So what happened in the end?
So I went to town, and I was hauling ass to town. By the time we got the boat beached and we're surveying what needs to be done and everything, but time is passing, and I went, and it was Saturday, and I went to these rental places, and I wanted to get a heavy duty pump to pump this stuff out,
right? And
because I'm going to have to move a lot of water, and so I rented that. I mean, they were closed. I mean, the front gate at the rental place was closed, And I'm going, oh no, I need this and I need it now.
Right.
And so we drove around the back. Well, the back gate was still open. They were closing stuff up. And I said, wait, don't leave. I need this pump and I need it bad, And so they did rent it to me, even though they were technically closed. They close early on Saturdays, I guess. And anyway, so I got what I needed, got the hoses and everything, went back and started pumping the thing out. We got it. I got 2x4s and stuff and rags to where we pounded this stuff into that hole, and it was a twin screw, so it was only one of the engines was out, but
right.
That was. So we didn't use that, and we used the other engine, and we went back to underneath the causeway, and we beached it there. It's on the part where there's no buildings,
right.
over there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we beached it over there and kept the pumps running, and then formulated a plan, and we figured out, the boat needed to be taken out of the water, and we went on a scouting mission this boat's so big and so heavy because it's steel, so
right.
I had to find somebody that had the apparatus to get the thing out of the water. And there's only like 2 places around here that does it.
Uh-huh.
And
how did you get it there?
We limped in. We had, that evening, or we did our scouting that afternoon, and I told everybody, okay, we're going to have to limp back. Well, 3 of these guys, actually everybody came from out of town except for me, including, Bill doesn't live here. So we go back and tell everybody, okay, this is what we're going to have to do. I'm sorry, the fishing trip ain't going to happen.
Right.
And I said, y'all are welcome to, you plan to spend 3 days here, you're welcome to join us, or you can go home, whatever, Some of them had flown in, and their plane doesn't leave for another couple of days.
Right.
And they said, and one guy in particular, he's going, somebody take me to the airport. I want to go home. Just take me to the airport, I'll get the next plane out of here.
That's hilarious.
Wow, he had enough.
Yes.
One more story that I love telling about him was he got a bobcat in a trap. Do you remember when you were a kid?
Yes.
And you tried to keep it?
Yeah.
Tell me that story.
Well, all right. If this is the story, I think. Yeah.
Where you put leather gloves on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was, this is out on the island now. So I had this wire trap. It was real primitive. Like,
I'm recording.
Oh my gosh. So, it was a wire box in essence, okay? And it was like you see on the commercial, the TV or something. The little kid makes this stuff, and he has it held up with a stick, and then I go hide in the bushes, and then when something goes in, I pull the stick, and it falls on it. That's what I did. And I was like, I don't know, 13 years old or something like that. But that's what I did, and I put something out there. I don't remember what I used for bait, and then I go hide in the brush, and it's out near Packery Channel where all the scrub oak is, so that I can hide up in those small oak trees that were back there, and then I just kind of get where I can watch it, and this cat comes along and he's looking all around. He's smelling what I put in there, and he's just looking, but he doesn't see me, and he just he slowly but surely makes his way to that trap, and he goes in there and I pull that stick out with I yank on that string, and I got it. So I go home, I get leather gloves on, I put on a leather coat.
What'd your mom say?
Oh, she didn't say anything.
You didn't tell her, did you?
No, but and I guess she probably didn't see me, or she sure wanted to know why I got on a leather coat in the summertime. But Yeah, so I go back and I'm looking at this thing and I go, okay.
It's a bobcat,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And I didn't have a hatch on it or anything, so I got to raise the trap up, reach in there and grab it. Really, I wasn't expecting to catch anything like this, but I did. And so I reached in there and I grabbed that thing and pulled it out, and I had it by the neck, okay? And I'm holding it. And this thing, I'm thinking I'm safe holding it because it won't be able to bite me, No. This thing turns his head around and he just latches onto my thumb. And I mean, I'm going, and the more he bit, the harder I'm squeezing and trying to get him. Actually, at this point, I'm thinking I want to strangle this son of a bitch. The next thing I know, blood's dripping out of the glove, and I'm going, oh shit, mom's gonna kill me. and finally, I just threw the damn thing on the ground. He goes running off, and then I go back in the house. And so I'm over at the kitchen sink. I'm washing this wound out of my hand, and
that's hilarious.
And Mom comes up, says, "What happened to you?" And I said, "Oh, nothing." And she says, "But don't tell me nothing." She says, "Let me look at that." She says, "Look at my thumb," and she said, "What happened?" I said, "Well, I was messing with a wildcat," and she says, "Well, did you catch it?" And I go, "Well, yeah, but it's gone now." And anyway, she says, "Well, you gotta get rabies shot." I go, "Oh, no, Mom, it scratched me. It didn't bite me. It just scratched me."
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.